Richard Sibbes, Antidotum contra naufragium, episode 17. Doctrina a Deo inspirata conscientiam pacat, vim habet quietativam, ut alia taceam, in agona luctantis conscientiae, a doctrina justitiae Christi, nobis imputatae, quanta menti serenitas, hanc justitiam ut supra angelicam, ut pote Christi theanthropu, ipsi infenso Deo apponemos. The doctrine, or the teaching, this is the feminine singular nominative subject. The teaching that is inspired a Deo by God. Inspirata is also feminine singular nominative and modifies. Because it is a passive participle, it can use an ablative of agency here, as it does. The teaching which has been inspired by God, conscientiam pacat. It soothes the conscience. Pacat is a first conjugation verb, paco, pacare, and it takes here conscientiam in the feminine, singular, and accusative as its object. This doctrine, moreover, has a vim quietativam. It possesses, habet, this is our second verb, it possesses a soothing or quieting power. Vim is feminine, singular, and accusative. The nominative singular of this irregular third declension noun is vis, and it's modified by quietativam, that is, causing quiet or serenity. Ut alia taceam. This is a purpose clause here, used parenthetically. Taceam is subjunctive, and it's first singular, present, and active. From the second conjugation verb takeo, tacere, which means to be quiet, and its object is alia, so that I may keep quiet about other things. In other words, mentioning only one or two aspects of this doctrine. So, this doctrine inspired by God soothes the conscience. It possesses this stilling or peace-causing quality or power in the midst, in agone, in the struggle of a fighting conscience, luctantis conscientiae. Luctantis conscientiae are feminine, singular, and genitive, and luctantis, this is a participle from the first conjugation, deponent verb luctor, luctari, which means to fight or to wrestle. Agone is from the Greek noun agon, which means a contest or a competition. It obviously gives us the English word agony. And the Latin noun is a third declension noun, agon, agonis, and it is masculine, as is the Greek noun from which it is derived, ha agon. This leads Sibbes to a conclusion of sorts when he says, from the teaching or from the doctrine, justitiae imputatae, of a righteousness, that's feminine singular genitive. So from the teaching of the righteousness of Christ, this is also a genitive, it's possessive, of the righteousness of Christ that has been imputed, imputatae nobis, and nobis is masculine, plural, dative, the indirect object of imputatae. So from that teaching of Christ's righteousness imputed to us, quanta serenitas, how great is the peace, how great is the calm, that belongs to the mind. Menti is feminine, singular, and dative. It is a dative of possessor, being used with the nominative serenitas, and implicit is the verb est, the third singular verb. Quanta, meanwhile, is an interrogative adjective that is used here in an exclamatory sentence. This righteousness, as something beyond an angelic righteousness, supra angelicam, this is an adjective, namely, or obviously because it belongs to Christ the God-man, Christi theanthropu. Both of these are masculine, singular, and genitive, though they come from different languages, of course. And theanthropu is a compound of theos and anthropos, God-man. So this righteousness, as it is beyond angelic, namely because it belongs to Christ the God-man, against or in opposition to the hostile God, God himself in his hostility, ipsi infenso Deo, masculine, singular, dative, we set out, apponemos. In other words, we set against God's righteous wrath against us. We set against that the righteousness of Christ, the God-man.